Yeah, and we're making the mandatory tour around the racetrack, waving to this unbelievable sellout crowd. And Stephen, during practice, we were talking about that nationwide $75,000 bonus, and you said you were going to keep it all if you're able to win here today. Okay, so how are you going to do that?
I feel like our U.S. Fidelis Chevrolet was pretty good there in practice. You know, we qualified pretty good, but more importantly, it was a little bit better in race trim. So I feel like I got a good car. You know, Kyle's going to be tough, Carl, and I'm sure Kevin and all those guys. So it's a long race. We'll, make some good adjustments and hopefully win this thing. But for right now, I'm going to hold on. He's going to fall in the back of this truck.
Last thing I want to do, Marty, is fall out of this thing.
Yeah, hold on there, Jack. One of our other colleagues was center of attention earlier this week. Rusty Wallace was the guest of honor, or should I say target, during a roast Thursday to raise some money for the NASCAR Foundation. I'm sure they brought up some stories he'd rather forget, including, well, what's this one about? A wig, bringing back some memories of the big hair days. No.
There is Stephen Wallace in the 88 of Brad Keselowski. That battle is for 9th on the racetrack.
Now, see, guys, this is what I like right there. Stevens chose the second lane. He's trying to get that momentum. Brad Keselowski's on the bottom side of the racetrack. They can choose whatever lane they want because they're out there, guys. Take a look at these two. Side by side, every single lap. Somebody's got to give here.
And that's Kelly Byers right in front in the 10 car. And all three of these guys having a good battle.
Absolutely. Kelly has done a great job. He hasn't ran that much with us this year. He wants to prove something. Braun Racing Team has won races this year. He wants to have a good day for himself.
Keselowski still underneath, looks again, goes to the rail. Right on the bottom of the yellow line, and Stephen trying the high side, and Keselowski may have the better of him. Not yet. That momentum that he's able to carry.
There is no preferred line. It's all preferred.
I tell you what, Randy, I know you can run 2 wide, 3 wide out here, but when those two are running side by side, I'm just going, I wish somebody just get in line.
Well, you have to have patience, that's for sure.
Well, Stephen now takes the low line and gets around the 10 of Kelly Byers.
Looked like a slide job there.
We're going to have to see how this race unfolds and see how wide this racetrack really gets out there and see if they get running really high off of turn 2, because I've noticed in previous races that's been the corner where everybody's done a lot of passing.
As he picks up 6 spots, takes absolutely no tires. Will that pay dividends for him? We'll find out. Look at Jason Keller. He picked up 13 spots. Not too shabby. Stephen Wallace lost 6. We'll sort it all out when we come back.
Not a lot of brake, very little. Oh, Stephen Wallace is very loose.
Yeah, he has made a pit. He was running 3rd earlier, and they came in for this last pit stop and made some big changes, and it's definitely got that car loose. He's just walking that tail all over the place right now. He's got to hold on that thing.
While we were in commercial break, the 66 of Stephen Wallace did pit, and Randy, they made some major changes.
Well, I think what they did was they went back to where they were at. It looked like the first pit stop they did, they made a huge change, and the car got very loose. They come back, they dropped the track bar, put some grip back in that left rear spring, and let it eat.
Let's get an update on the 66 from Rick DeBrule.
They had a cut rear tire. That was the problem. So now they've made all the adjustments. And the question is, having made all those adjustments based on the fact that they had this problem, does the fact that it's a cut rear tire change all that? So it's one of those, they're not quite sure what they've done.
Well, we're about to find out. As you can see them looking at the tire. He's back in 24th position right now. Pace car is getting ready to pull off. Look at this, 3 wide going down into the corner. On the inside is the 66 of Stephen Wallace, Eric Darnell, and then Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Take a look at the battle for 4th. That's Jason Leffler trying to get under the 66. Remember, the 66 of Stephen Wallace stayed out, so he's on the older tires.
Yeah, Trip Bruce made a good call on that, man. I would have pitted and put some tires, but him and Leffler have been running side by side, back and forth, Randy, and Leffler can't get him on those tires.
Well, and Stephen was further back. I mean, he picked up track position. If he can hold off, he could have a second top 5 in a row. He was 5th last week at ORP. Let's get more from Rick DeBrule.
Well, we'll talk about that. Stephen Wallace was saying he was complaining the car was lacking kind of overall grip. As a result, he said the front and rear were both sliding. Remember, earlier in the race, he had that problem where the tire went down. They did not make as many adjustments that time as they'd originally planned, which has helped them. But they stayed out specifically to keep that track position. Now the question is, can he hold on?
Well, look at this. They're trying to make it 3 wide with Carl Edwards down low. They'll think a little bit better of it and fall back. But now Leffler's got a problem because Edwards looks like he's going to take the position away from him.
And that's one thing when 2 guys get the race and the guy sitting 3rd one back. Okay, guys, I'm going to pass both of you.
Boy, you talk about a shootout. Look at this, a 3 wide down into turn 1.
Carl Edwards trying to take the low line and gets around a couple of cars. He was 5th on the restart, moving to 3rd. Oh, look out! Allgaier, cars pinched, including Stephen Wallace and Eric Darnell. Can they sort it out? No. We're going to go yellow.
Man, you can see it happen. They come 3 wide off of turn 2, and they're locked down together. Unbelievable. Off of turn 2, 3 wide, and they all get hooked like this.
3 cars in the top 5.
You see the right front of the 12 car is wedged into the 66 car. It can't get away from each other.
So we have our 12th caution on the track now. A lot of damage to Darnell. Take a look at the front right. Oh, man, he's got both of them.
Oh, there they go. Now they cleared each other. They're gesturing back and forth to, you pull forward, I'll pull back. Let's break loose.
They weren't saying that. It was like, why'd you hit me?
Let's go back and try and sort this one out.
It looks like they're raced into a funnel, and they all just kind of come into there, all come together.
Justin Allgaier gets loose and gets up, and Eric Darnell and Stephen. Too bad. 15 laps to go. They were all having great runs.
Here's another view.
They just run out of real estate. You know?
Yeah.
Stevens on the outside. The 12 kind of come up, and then the 6 just all boom.
3 cars trying to fit in the space of 2. Here we go on board.
4 wide.
Well, you can actually tell that the 6 car kind of wedged himself in between these 2 guys.
And the 12 hasn't lifted yet. He lifted all the way down to turn 1.
I'll tell you what, they're trying to stay off the wall, Randy.
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, like you said, video games, it's not a video game.
No.
Well, there is Stephen. He's made it back to pit lane, and here comes Justin Allgaier. And this equals the most cautions this season. We had 12 at Las Vegas. We've had 12 today here at Iowa.
What do you think? I think the 88 is going to have a different pit restart this time.